Hey gang, this is Terry with Toxic NATOs. Hey, bear with me on this video. I've been sick the last few weeks, super congested right now. I'm pretty much a mouth breather. So sorry for the sound. Usually I do have congestion. I'm normally a person that does not have the best sinuses, but now it's about 3 times worse. So I do not believe I sound like Woody Harrelson this time. Hey, but either way, today we're going to talk about, of course, watches, once again. One of my favorite things to talk about. So today when I was trying to change out straps, I had received an email from somebody saying, you know, I have this kind of spring bar, this kind of strap won't fit on this watch. And I get those questions a lot, and they're awesome, but it's kind of hard to explain to someone through an email on exactly what to do or how to figure it out. And I'm horrible at typing. My transferring my knowledge from my brain to my hands does not always work well, if at all. So I'm trying to do this video, try to clear it up a little bit, and hopefully it will help some people out there. So basically, when you get a watch in, it comes with stock OEM spring bars, and usually they're not custom made, they're just off the shelf. A lot of times they don't even fit the lug holes correctly. This is what I'm talking about, lug holes. Usually when you get a new watch, factory ones don't even fit those holes correctly. Pretty sad, but that's true. Seiko tends to do that sometimes too. Citizen does. But either way, let's not bash them. Let's just figure out a solution to our problems. So like I have this cool strap right here that I got a few years ago from Drunk Art Straps, one of my favorite custom strap makers. He makes the best canvas strap I've ever owned, hands down. And you know, most people will tell you it's canvas and it's tweed, so they don't last as well, but Art makes one of the best. If you look right here, you see how small the end holes are on this? So if you're trying to fit this strap like on a Rolex or a Seiko diver, or anything that uses really thick spring bars, like this Seiko spring bar, the middle section right here is 2.5 millimeters thick. You can't even get it in there. And if you do, it's going to get wedged in there, and you're going to start cussing and drinking when you try to remove it. So the best bet is to find another spring bar that has the same tip diameter as your watch you're installing it in, but a smaller middle section. So this one right here is a 1.78. This Seiko one is a 2.5. So you can take this 178, slide it in, no worries, no cussing, nothing. Another thing is on a lot of straps, especially on Rolex watches, is that the straps sit really close to the case. And what they do is they absolutely wear the strap out. So they'll start to get this right here. This strap used to be on my Rolex Air King until I put curved spring bars on it, and then it wouldn't wear anymore. And the reason why is these straps is folded canvas. It's double layer because you don't want the strap to wear out, but it does take up some of that space. And since the Rolex, the clearance is so tight, the only thing that would work on that was a curved spring bar. Well, this Skurfa is loosely designed after a Submariner case. And if you look at the spring bars, the stock spring bars are pretty thick. I think they're 2.0 in the middle diameter. And if I go to put this strap on this watch, the first issue I'll have is clearance or tightness getting it into the strap. And same with the factory Skurfa strap. And I just lied. These are my spring bars. I put a thicker diameter in there for NATOs. For no particular reason, I just like to try different spring bars. So the Skurfa comes with a 2.0 diameter middle. This is a 2.5, just like the Seiko divers, and it will not fit in the Skurfa strap. So the next best bet is to go to a spring bar, see the tip diameter, exact same tip diameter, but look at the middle section. See how much smaller that is? Now the next question I get is, does it mean it's inferior? Oh, absolutely not, because the things that make a spring bar inferior are the tip diameter not matching, not using 316L stainless steel, not using a stainless steel spring on the inside of this. A lot of companies cheap out. When you buy a pack of spring bars on Amazon, 1,000 of them for $2, I can guarantee you it's not stainless steel. And the inside of that spring bar, the spring is not stainless steel, so it will rust from the inside out. And what does that mean to you? It basically means that the spring bar on the spring on the inside will collapse, and the ends will no longer compress or extend, and they will fail. How soon? I can't tell you that. You know, it's according to how much salt water you go around, how sweaty you are. You know, there's all kinds of, you live in a humid area. But I can tell you my spring bars are not cheap. Not at all. And they cost even more when you make custom sizes like I do. I make a lot of custom sizes, and people can tell you that manufacturer spring bars is that once you start doing custom sizes, the price just goes out of this world. But either way, let's go on from this. This is a Seiko 7 Charlie 43 quartz watch, one of my favorite models. You can tell right here. This is a Toxic NATO's spring bar, same exact spring bar as a factory one, but it has double flanges. See how much clearance it has? It has quite a bit on the diver. This is a Toxic Slim Fat, I call it. It has the exact same ends on both spring bars, but this one has a 1.78 middle diameter. You can fit, heck, you can back your car in between that gap. Would I recommend that? Not really. In all honesty, if you have enough room for whatever straps you're going to fit, fill up the rest of the room with a spring bar. I would rather use this if possible. If not, this is great for rubber straps, canvas straps, just because they're easier to get in and out. These spring bars, so many times I get emails about how these are stuck in some rubber strap that somebody wedged them into. If you wedge it into a strap, you either have to get out the pliers and the hammer and start beating on it, or throw it away. I figured out my own way to get them out, but it might not work for you. So another thing that spring bars affects is end links. If you buy a spring bar like this with a smaller middle diameter and you try to install it in end links that are not made for it, they will not fit your watch correctly. It will have all this play. You can see all the play in the end link right there. And then the spring bar will not meet your case correctly. It'll probably stick out like that. And the reason for that is because that spring bar does not take up that gap in between these lug holes and the case correctly. Where with a factory diameter spring bar at 2.5 millimeters, it will fit correctly. And if there is just a little bit of movement, then take your needle nose pliers and just bend your tabs right here up against the case of your watch. I have another video showing that, and that'll snug up the end links even more. But this is an Uncle Seiko end link. He makes one of the best bracelets in the business, and I have not had to modify them. But please do not use a thinner spring bar and expect the same result when they're made for a Seiko style spring bar. You can see right here, here's just 2.5, well, yeah, that's a 2.5 millimeter spring bar. See how tight that is? That'll fit perfect on your watch. Now let's try the other one. Slide it in there, and it's like you're doing the hokey pokey. You can stick both feet in, shake it all about, you know. Just will not work. Hey gang, sorry to drag this on. If you watch any of my videos, you know I'm pretty into what I try to talk about and describe. I'm not always correct. The whole point of these videos are not to be correct. It's to share knowledge. And look at some of the comments. You can see that my knowledge is not that large a lot of times. And that's all right. I'm here to learn, you know. If you have a question, send me an email, Terry@ToxicNatos, or hit me up on Instagram @ToxicNatos. Please do not hit me up on Facebook. I'm not a Facebooker. I just can't get the hang of it. But either way, I hope this video helps somebody out. If not, you know, sorry about wasting your time, but please subscribe and please post comments below. Have a great weekend.